Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night. It is 7 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. So glad you're here. My lighting's kind of funky here, so I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get in the light. Let me pull this up on my computer and share this. I don't know, Facebook had some weird stuff going on, and there's when I go in to start a live, there's an option to like brighten the screen. Hi Nancy, welcome. And every time I hit it, it shut off my live, so I had to not use it. So my lighting's kind of funky. Bear with me on that. Oh, I had my sound off and then I was listening to something and I forgot to turn it back off. So let me share this. Good. Okay, so everybody have a nice weekend? I did. I went up north with my husband and another couple to go take in the pretty fall colors here in Michigan. It's that time of the year. It's a big thing that everybody does, is go up north to look at the fall colors. So we did that. Oh, I better plug my phone in because I don't want it to die in the middle of my live. Okay, there we go. And we went up to Traverse City, which is, you know, this is what Michigan looks like. And we were like up here, and then we went way up here. There's something called the Tunnel of Trees, and it really is beautiful. Michigan does have beautiful colors. I'm not so fond of the winters, but you know, what can I say? Okay, remember I made this, whoops, for those of you joining late, sorry for the funky lighting. There's something on Facebook that I can brighten it, and it didn't work. It kept shutting down my live, so we're going without it. But if you recall, last week I made this really fun gift card holder. There, it goes right in there. You know, you could stamp a sentiment or just write it in there, and you get a chance to win the card I'm working on tonight by sharing my video. But you have to comment shared, because if we're not Facebook friends, I can't see what your if you share it or not. And the winner of the gift card holder I made last week was Mary Wilson. So Mary, I'll be getting this out to you. Thank you so much for sharing my video. I do appreciate that. And I will get that out. You may know Stampin' Up's got a big sale going on some of the designer series paper, and it's a great time to stock up. And I'm going to show you a card tonight that lets you really showcase our beautiful patterned designer series paper. And you'll be able to actually showcase like 3 or 4 different pieces, and usually it's two-sided, and I hear from customers sometimes they like both sides and they don't want to glue one down. Well, this card is the good way to be able to showcase both sides of a paper if you choose. So I'm going to put the phone up in the holder. We're going to get started here. So, good deal. I don't know, I was having some internet issues. It was kind of wonky earlier, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed. And I remembered to put my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't get disrupted with text messages and stuff. But this is a card that, the card we're going to make tonight. And for this one, I use I can't remember the name of the paper. Oh, it's in the annual catalog. It's one of my favorites. Hang tight. You know, I was gone all weekend. This is the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper, and it's absolutely one of my favorites. And the whole suite of products that goes with that is a favorite, and I really didn't think I was going to like it that much. But anyway, as you can see, it lets you showcase multiple pieces of the paper. Isn't that beautiful? It's kind of a fun fold. It's not hard to make at all. It has this fun belly band around it. You could put even a different pattern of designer series paper on it. I just decided to kind of keep the belly band plain, and gussy it up with some of the embellishment, or the, oh, what do you call that? That's the metallic, that's a specialty. It goes with that same suite. And let me find what that name is, how that is. Oh my goodness. I got this project all planned before I left on my trip up north, and then, you know, I only have about half, you know, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, let's see. Forever Greenery. It's on page 108. Let's find out what that's called. That is the Forever Gold Laser Cut Specialty Paper. You've seen me use it on some of the other projects too, but that's where this little greenery came from, as well as what was inside. So I think we'll go ahead and get started, and this is going to be a little bit on the fly. I kind of know where I'm going with this, but some of this designing will be on the fly, so we will go with it. I decided that I wanted to do something for Christmas, and so I'm going to use this pack of 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper. It is on sale. The coordinating colors are basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, shaded spruce, and whisper white. So I pulled out the cherry cobbler, the garden green, the shaded spruce, and the real red. And so any of these 4 colors would make a great base for this card using these papers. We've got some really fun designs. Can't go too wrong with most of it. I think I know what I'm going to use, and in terms of the papers, but I did want you to see that. And I think I'm going to make my base in real red, and this is a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper. These are I think I'm going to go with this, and this. These pieces. And I'll have to, and you know, these are just scraps, so, you know, from another project, so it's really easy. So these measurements will be on the video when I'm done. So let me, oh, I don't need to measure it that way, that's good. So your card base, right here, this part here, is 5.5 by 11. So it's your whole length of your paper, and it's 5.5. And so when you fold it up, it will fit into one of our standard envelopes. So while I've got this paper here, I'm going to go ahead and score it. Oh, I do need this after all, this arm. I didn't think I did. So we're going to score this at 4.5. Let me make sure I don't do this wrong. There's 4.5. You could use if you have the scoreboard, you can use that, but with your trimmer out, it's just as easy. Then you're going to score it at 7. And you're going to score it at 9 3/4. Okay. There you go. And there's that. Well, we'll get back to that. While I've got this out here, the belly band that goes around it is 1.5 by 9.5. So I'm going to cut this way, 1.5. Get the score here. Let's see. Are those both 1.5? Yeah, it makes 2 1.5. So there you go. And then, oh, and then it's 9.5 inches long. Okay. I always love coming and crafting with y'all on Monday night. So while I've got this out here, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut the designer series paper too. So you need 2 pieces that are 1 inch by 5 1/4. Those are for your front. So we're going to use this one. This one's going to be 1 inch here. my by 5 1/4, which will go right here. And I'll do another one that's 1 inch here now. Oh, come on. By 5 1/4. The easy thing is the length is 5 1/4 on all of them because that's how tall the card is, or you know, it's 5 1/2. But so there's my 2 strips, and I know they're the different shades of green. One shade spruce and one's garden green, but I think it'll be okay. One's on the outside and one's on the inside, so I think it'll be okay. I think I'm going to make this one the next piece, and it is going to be 2 1/2 here. 2 1/2 by 5 1/4, and you're actually cutting out 2 pieces that are this size, but one of them is going to be your insert where you're going to stamp your sentiments. So it's going to be like either your Whisper White or your Very Vanilla or whatever your piece is that you're going to use. So by 5 1/4. Oh, I think it's already kind of cut down. Let me just, there we go. Cut, oops, I got it so small it got stuck in the, and then the last piece is the biggest piece, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. And you know what? This one is exactly 4 inches. That was off of another project too. So I thought, it's meant to be. It's the right, and then 5 1/4. Then you'll see where all of these are gonna go. Okay, I think we're done with this now. If not, it'll be right there. Okay, so the next thing that we are gonna do is fold our card. And, you know, normally, oh, that looks wide, is that right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. Is that right? Does not look right. It's a little off. Okay, so what's off? Hang on, folks. Where am I off at? Is my, you know what? My score line right here is off. It's supposed to be 9 3/4. Let me see where it's at. It's at, I guess it goes this, well, good grief. Okay, let me get this back. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get another piece of real red and start over. Hang tight here, guys. Okay, let me double check here. Let me make sure. So I know this is going to be 5 1/2. Okay, we're gonna check this on the fly. I think I didn't write this down wrong. So we're gonna measure as we go. That, yep, okay. Yeah, 4 1/4. Well, a minute. Yeah, 4 1/4 is the first one. That's right. Get that, pull this out. 4 1/4. I must have done 4 1/2. That's okay. It's just paper. 4 1/4. Put that. And then 7. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play with it and see. Yep, that looks like that's about right. And then 9 3/4. 9 3/4. There we go. I can't talk and chew gum at the same time. Let me see if I That one's right. That one's right. Yep. We got it. Yay. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, so we're going to fold this like this. And fold this one in. There we go. That's the base of our card right there. So we can start out by adhering our pieces in. And let me get my glue going here. Let me put my other card out of the way so it does not get in the way. Oops, I may have to get out another thing of glue here. I think I've about used this one up, which is good. Okay. Where'd the lid for that one go? Here we go, here's another one. I knew it was low, I just didn't know how much was in it. A little bit of glue on the end of it. My dog's down here, her bed, what's going on with this? Her bed is under here and she's looking at me, listening to me talk, and she's like, who are you talking to, Mama? It's crazy. Okay, here we go. So like I said, this designer series paper, not all of it, but there's about 15 or 16 designs that are on sale until the end of the month. So if there's something you're looking for and that you want, I would not wait on it. I would be sure and get it as soon as possible, okay? I'm just had a little rough edge on that. I wanted to clean that up a little bit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my little guillotine cutter and whoops. So if you're joining me late, welcome. Remember, if you like what you see and you want to share, please do that. You might get a chance to get this card. There we go. Now I got a nice clean edge. I love my little guillotine cutter. So we're going to put this piece right here. So, like I said, this design, what is going on? It's not one thing, it's another today, huh? You ever had one of those days? Actually, I had a pretty good day at work today. I gotta find my pin that I used to poke the end of this. I went in, Mondays can be pretty busy for me, and I kind of thought it was not going to be a good day, and it was surprisingly. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting some glue. Now I'm just going to move it around here. I'm not putting any more on, I'm just spreading it around. Turned out to be a nice day. It's a little more than I needed, but y'all will get the picture here. Okay, this one's gonna go here. Now we're cooking. I'm gonna tell you, I don't have this all planned out. I kind of know what I'm doing in my head, but it's not complete. Oh, now the glue is just dripping out of the holder. Go figure. Then I think I'll put this piece here, and I'll put this one on the outside. You started on your holiday cards. If you're local, just as a reminder, this Saturday is my regular monthly card class. We're doing a variety of cards. One of them will be a Halloween card. And then the following week, the 24th, will be my September Christmas card class. So I do have some space left in all my classes, so let me know. We are doing social distancing and everybody's wearing masks and things like that, so we're trying to be responsible. So there we go. There we go. I like that. I like the way it turned out. Okay. Whew. That seemed hard. It wasn't. It just seemed like it. Okay, so now we're going to take the belly band, and it's going to go around, and there's no specific way to really measure this. It's easiest to just put it on your card. You want the seam to be under whatever you put on the front of it, okay? So, and you don't fold it too tight because it can be a little tough to put it on and off. So my suggestion is just a tad on the loose side is better than too tight. And especially since this is kind of a thicker card. There we go. That's the way I would do that. Okay, I'm going to pull that off, and we are going to glue this side together right here. And then before I go any further, I'm going to make sure I can slide it on and off pretty easy. Because I've been known to make them too tight, and then I had to redo them. Okay, yeah, that's going on really nicely. Okay, so we're going to decorate the outside. And this was very busy with lots of patterns, so I decided just to put a sentiment on the front, okay? I pulled, again, I'm using the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set, the same one I used last week. And I pulled out this sentiment, let the joy of the season fill your heart. And it fits perfectly on this oval I've cut with the stitched dies. You know, sometimes when I cut shapes, like for a live, I'll cut a couple extras, or for a class, I'll cut a couple extras. Well, this was out of my extras bin, so I didn't even have to go find it anywhere. Let me make sure I got this inked up well. Let me stamp it on a piece of scrap paper. Let me try one more time here. There we go. I decided to use the real red just to tie in the red on the cardstock. There we go. Ah, I rocked it. Doggone it. I knew I was going to do that. Okay, one more time. I could have probably done something with an embellishment, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we're not going to rock it this time. I do like to let it set for just a second to get the ink. Okay, didn't get it inked real well, but I think it is sufficient. I got a little bit of a spot there. And then I need something for the inside. And you know, I should have stamped this before I glued it in. This is Family and Friends are the truest gifts of Christmas. And I thought that was a nice sentiment. So we're going to put this in here. Breaking all my rules. I usually say stamp first and then put it in there. Okay. So there we go. Now, how are we going to decorate this belly band? You know, this one I did like this. I pulled out some embellishments and some ribbons and stuff to look at and decide what I want to do. I've got this white ribbon with the silver trim. This is Old Olive, and I think that one is, yeah, that's Poppy Parade, trimmed in gold. That's in the current holiday catalog. I pulled out some holiday rhinestones. These are wonderful gems. Here's the elegant faceted gems or the gold glitter enamel dots. So lots of options. And I also, something I still haven't used, I purchased when the catalog came out and I still haven't used, are my vellum doilies. These are so pretty. And I was going to play with it and see if I liked it, maybe even behind this. You know, I kind of like that. It gives it just a little bit. And then we can still put some embellishments of some sort on. I think I'm going to skip the ribbons. I'm going to use the doily. Let's see. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card. There we go. There we go. I'm going to put that on there. I know exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, and then the dimensionals hopefully will hold it all down. Where are my dimensionals at? Here they are. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Let's see, what is it? It's pretty much, okay. As long as I keep it within there, I'm going to do okay. Usually I put it on this, but this way this will help me tack them both down at once. Look at that. That way I don't have to worry about that they're going to be off and stuck to the paper on the card or something. So, yeah, I've had these for a few months and I haven't even used them, so I thought, well, I'd try to put this on here. Okay, there we go. There's the joy of the season. Let the joy of the season fill your heart. I think I still want a little bit of bling bling here. We've got these rhinestones or the wonderful gems. I'm not sure which one. You know what? I'm going to go with some of these holiday rhinestones. So, let's open this up here. Okay. These are so pretty. I love them. Let me find my little knife here that I like to use. I'm just going to put a couple of these. Kind of sprinkle them on here. Usually you want to do an odd number, maybe like 3 or something like that. Because it's just more pleasing to the eye. Okay, we got that. Let's see. I'm wondering about a little Wink of Stella maybe on the joy. I don't know. Let's see. Worst thing happens is we don't like it. I just feel like it needs a little bit more bling. And this will give it a little bit of sparkle. You gotta use a light hand. You don't want to smear your ink. But now we've got a little bit of sparkle on the joy. So there we go. That wasn't too hard, and you can showcase so many sides of your favorite designer series paper. If you were good, I want you to tell me in the comments below which designer series paper you would make a card like this out of. You know, what's your favorite one that you want to design all of the, or you know, showcase all the different pieces of paper. Let me know down below. So I think that we're going to stop right there with that. You can, you know, can use any of the papers. You can embellish it any way you want. And I just thought it was a fun fold. I like doing those. They're enjoyable. They're interesting. So I want to thank you all for joining me. Be sure to share my video and comment, share down below, especially if we're not Facebook friends, so that I know you shared, and maybe I'll be sending this card out to you next week. Thanks everybody. Y'all have a great week, and I will see you next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Take care. Bye now.